This vegetarian dinner is made in my house at least several times a month. It's these roasted cauliflower steaks. They're savory and spice forward, plus they're so easy to make in just 30 minutes. You're absolutely gonna love them, so let's get started. So find the biggest cauliflower that you can and try to make sure that the florets seem tightly packed together. That'll make sure that when we cut them into steaks, they stay intact. The first thing you'll do is break off the stems. All right, we've got most of the leaves off. We'll slice off the stem so it's flush with the bottom of the cauliflower. And then you can cut out any additional little leaves that you want, but they are edible, so. With most of them off, now we're gonna give it a good rinse and then we'll be back. So we've got our cauliflower, it's all prepped. To cut the steaks, well, let's see. To cut the steaks, I kind of look at the cauliflower, and if there's one way that's wider than the other, I'm gonna slice them so they are as wide as possible. So we'll start by cutting off about 1/4 of each side of the cauliflower head, because the edges are just going to be florets that won't really stick together. So you can save them for a different recipe or go ahead and roast them up, but just know that they won't really stay in a steak shape. So with the center of the cauliflower ready, you're gonna have to eyeball how many steaks you want to get out of it. Usually about 3 or 4 will work, so I think we'll try to get 4 out of this. So I like to cut it down the middle and then cut each half again. That one's gonna fall apart. Because it's the stem that holds it together, those outer ones might be a little more fragile. Let's go ahead and transfer them to a baking dish. Now to mix up the spices, we're gonna start with a tablespoon of cumin, some garlic powder, some ground coriander, a little white pepper, and of course some salt. I like to use fine sea salts for this so that it really gets into the crevices of the cauliflower. So we'll stir that together. You can do this really precise and use a pastry brush, but I'm just gonna do it a really, I guess, lazy way, and I'm gonna drizzle some olive oil on each side. I'm gonna flip them over, drizzle again, and then we'll sprinkle on the seasoning. Flip again. And then we're gonna rub it in. Get it really well coated. Don't forget the top of the cauliflower steaks too. Rub that all together. Okay, so as you can see, one of my cauliflower steaks did fall apart. So remember that if this stem isn't there to hold it together, it might fall apart. But regardless, we're gonna roast it up. So these all are gonna get roasted at 425 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes until they're nice and golden brown and caramelized, and it's gonna smell so good. Let's throw them in. All right, they smell so good. I love serving these cauliflower steaks with a dollop of Greek yogurt. The coolness just really balances out those spices. So we'll dollop it on. And then some garnishes. So cilantro pairs really well with this. fresh parsley wood too. Today I've got some chimichurri sauce and I just can't pass up the opportunity to use it. So we'll drizzle this on. All right, let's give it a try. It smells so good. It's so tender and so flavorful. The edges of the cauliflower steaks get so nice and caramelized and they're a little crisp. The texture, the flavor, everything is a home run in my book. Find the full recipe at forkinthekitchen.com. I've linked it below for you, and I will see you back here next week for another meatless meal that everyone will love. And until then, happy eating. Now we stand and stare at the cauliflower steak. All right, ready? You ready? Okay. You ready?